Remember last night I said you could see Union Station from the hotel room? Well, I made it the next morning, bum, knee, and all, to that venerable train station that's been there since the 1930s. Part of it's not used anymore, but a lot of train stations across the country have empty space. And in the middle of Union Station, this beautiful courtyard, a great place to think and rest. And I found out there was a lounge I could go to because I was traveling business class. It was nice. Free food and free drinks there, and shuttle service to get to the train. I was worried with my knee how I would get there, but Amtrak made it very easy to get from the lounge to the coastal Starlight, headed up the coast to the San Francisco Bay Area. A reminder of just how, well, the infrastructure of trains needs a little help. So I boarded the business class train, and because I was hobbling, they decided to put me in a handicapped area. For the entire train trip, I would be the only person in this little room on my own little train car. I felt like Elvis. Finally, at about 10 in the morning, we headed out of Los Angeles and then through the backside of the LA area to get on the northbound tracks. And because this train eventually will go all the way to Seattle. It made a lot of stops on the way. Here we are in Oxnard. That means we've gotten over to the coast. I went and got some soda pop and came back, and, well, I still had the car all to myself. The train then began heading north, along the coast. Some great views here. I thought it was going to rain for a while. But not all of the coast Starlight goes along the coast, but this is one area where the train goes along at a fairly good clip. I checked the GPS and found out we were going 77 miles an hour. Finally, we got to one of my favorite cities, San Luis Obispo, and we met a southbound train that had begun its trip way up in the Seattle area. This part of California has very different scenery, and you start making some figure S loops. The reason is the train has to gain a lot of altitude in the next 100 miles to get up the coast. The GPS confirmed that we were going in a lot of corkscrews. It must have been fun for them to dig this part of the train up against the hillside. Well, it was time for a little dessert, so I had some no-sugar-added vanilla pudding. And then we went through some gorgeous agricultural areas. They're growing grapes there. And finally we got to an area I couldn't tell what was being grown. I think it should be a federal law that they have to put up signs to tell people what the crop is. I know what they're growing here. Then it was on again up the coast, looking over to Interstate 5 and all those poor souls driving along as we continued. You see that there? That's an abandoned tunnel. The train track route was changed a wee bit. Amtrak even brought me some ice, and I fell asleep. And then when I woke up, things had really changed. It had gotten dark, and we were pulling into a big train station in San Jose, at the far southern part of the Bay Area. So I knew I didn't have that much time to get ready for Emeryville, the end of the line today and the start of the trip tomorrow, and my hotel was right across the parking lot. Planned that pretty well. Great view from the window of San Francisco Bay and the new Bay Bridge. But I had my sights on something else. Tomorrow, we head east. See you then.